My issue is 100% with Kyle. The way we came out in the third quarter, we went three and outs in a row. Our defense is playing better than they've played the entire season. We have completely shut them down in the first half. We start the second half with a interception. We are in the driver's seat, and Kyle, the offensive genius that goes in at halftime and re-schemes everything and whatever crap we've been hearing the whole time he's been the coach, comes out and does three and outs in a row. And when he's driving at the end, knowing that Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid are on the other sidelines, he has a chance to drive the field, score a touchdown, and end the Super Bowl. There is no coming back if they score a touchdown. Just the pressure and the time and all that stuff. And he gave them 2 minutes to get down the field and kick a field goal with their unbelievable field goal kicker that was dropped. They said he was dropping 70-yard field goals in pregame warmup. So the dude's going to hit from anywhere on the planet. And then coming out in overtime, knowing that or thinking that you have to score a touchdown or whatever. And the only reason we didn't go 3 and out on 3 terrible plays right away was because of a holding penalty.
Yep.
If he didn't get that holding penalty, we would have been 3 and out. To me, it's all Kyle. He has his system. He doesn't use his players correctly. He doesn't account for the main blocker coming through on plays that are necessary. He's using Debo. I'm listening to this guy yesterday talk about how he was talking about them using Debo on those one-on-ones that he was using that got blown up anyways, and Purdy didn't have the time. He was saying in spring training that Debo that's not Debo. Debo's not that dude. He's not that wide receiver. He's the guy that catches the ball in space and makes magic happen and stuff and does all that stuff. He's not the dude that's going to catch one-on-one, and he keeps trying to use him in one-on-ones on these fake plays, and then not blocking Chris Jones coming in to me this is all Kyle, and it drives me crazy because when I look at where he's failed in the Super Bowl, and I can't put everything on him for the Atlanta Super Bowl because the defense had to give up a whole bunch of points for the Patriots to come back, but in that game he couldn't figure out the right play calls to ice the game. When we're playing Kansas City last time, whatever, 4 years ago, he wasn't coming up with the right play calls to get us back in the game. In this, he's not calling the right play calls to come out of halftime. He's not calling the right play calls when the game is, if you put together this drive that you should have a 2-minute drive to win a Super Bowl. That should be in your back pocket. And it's like,
Joe, let me ask you this question. When you guys get me with
So
this,
mad.
when you're talking about the play calls. Now, what play call do you think that he could have been calling? What
Okay.
give me something.
okay, this is the play call that gets the ball to the freaking playmakers. Because every other team gets the ball to the playmakers. We have 700 playmakers, and we're not getting the ball to the playmakers. Actually, the ball to Jennings. Jennings is an absolute stud. Jennings is number 3. Jennings is 3 on the depth chart. Ayuk is getting 2 little baby passes. Kittle's not getting anything. McCaffrey's getting the ball hand up. Like we have so many playmakers, and the play design. If you put these players on Kansas City's team with Reid and Mahomes, we would get absolutely. If we switched skill positions, we would have gotten killed.
And we have an athletic quarterback where when push comes to shove, even if you move Purdy around, what I surprised I didn't see was more rollouts with Purdy in the third quarter.
There's no rollouts ever.
They had a few to start. I guess my point is, to Joe's point, in the third quarter, okay, so you come out, you go 3 and out. But the next drive, you've got to. I didn't see anything that the Niners did offensively that put the Kansas City's defense on their heels and made them guess. The Niners became predictable on first down, throw the ball on first down. Okay, you don't get much. Then a second down throw. And there was a point where even if you get 3 to 4 yards on first down, it opens up your playbook where you have options to still be able to run the ball. And in the 3 drives in the third quarter, even after the interception, when they had a short field, they went 3 and out. To me, that's the time where, as a play caller, you've got to think you've got to be aggressive. You have an opportunity to distance yourself in the game, and you go 3 and out. There was no jet sweep. You've got Ray you've got
You
some.
guys need to throw that jet sweep out the window, especially with
Yeah,
Debo.
that's
running it.
that's
That-
that's
I didn't say
getting
with
old. That's
Debo.
getting played out.
My point is they didn't do anything in the third quarter to keep Kansas City's defense off balance.
But what
Okay,
you
so-
guys just said, okay, you said, oh, he came out and he threw 2 passes or whatever. Purdy is making his reads. When he comes to that line, you talking about he didn't use his weapons. Also, is it on Purdy that he's not? Mahomes is utilizing his weapons. He's making reads. He's throwing to off schedule to different guys. That's on Purdy. He's the dang on quarterback. He gets up there. He got to make a play.
As a play caller, knowing that you've got, I think it's unrealistic to expect a second-year guy to be able to make off-script plays. He made
So you're saying tell him to go up there and look for IU. This plays to IU. That don't work like that. You can't go up there and go tell him to go.
I didn't say that. That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
When he give him pass, if it's a passing down or passing play, he got reads on all of them. He can read all those things. He got to make the play. The players got to make the play.
So my question is, because y'all spent all that money to try to win the Super Bowl with with McCaffrey and all that. What they gonna do now? Are they gonna dismantle the team, or can y'all still afford all of them?
Well, so far we got installed as we have the highest percentage of we're supposed to win the Super Bowl next year, which makes me want to shoot myself.
And we did this year because that's just for all the gamblers. That to me, that's no indicator of it's a long season.
It's kind of, but it is they look at this monster roster, and we don't have any huge contracts up this year, but we have guys on their last year of their contract, which means there's got to be something. So we're not in a terrible situation yet, but if somebody gets antsy like Ayuk or Jennings or something, like we could have an issue. But we basically have the whole team locked in for at least one more year.
But to answer James' question, if you look at the rest of the league, there are other teams. The Niners were fortunate to me that they had to play young teams in the playoffs, Green Bay and then Detroit, who their youth showed itself, and the 49ers took advantage of that. You can't expect that to happen every year. Remember 2012 when they won Super Bowl with lost to the Ravens, and you think, hey, they do it again, and they got to go against Seattle. Seattle was a better team that year. No guarantees. So and other teams have film on them. The NFC West is going to be competitive again this year. So there's a window of opportunity, yes, but I always believe that you just can't assume it's going to be as wide open the next year as it was the last year.
The thing that gets me, and I think this is the thing that gets Kyle, is Kyle has his offense, and his offense requires these types of players. And the league has slowly kind of everybody's using Kyle's offense. So it's not special anymore. So you've seen a team that's kind of running a similar offense, and you know what Kyle's going to run. And I think that's part of the issues. And I think that's what we saw in the first half of at least the playoff games, maybe not the Super Bowl, because I feel like we played better than the 10 points that we got. But teams could just shut us down. They were shutting down our defense and they were shutting down our offense in the first half. And to me, that's because they can plan for us. And if they can plan for us and we're predictable, we have superstars all over the team, and we were still able to be planned for enough that it wasn't working. And again, like, great point. Thank goodness we were playing inexperienced teams, because they puckered and we didn't. But if they were a team that wouldn't have puckered, we could have been out in the first round. And I know I'm too angry to be. Yeah, I know.